So, Turtle PMV. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, then you saw the storyboard for the Turtle PMV that I posted. I've been meaning to share it for ages because there is a part that I want you, dear viewer, to participate in. This part of the storyboard calls for a scrolling shot of all of Turtle's brothers. With a total of 20 brothers featured in the shot, I was not about to cram all 32 of them in there. That is a lot of individual designs and drawings for me to create. I don't want to do that. So here's where you come in. In the description, I've linked a submission form where you can submit your drawings of your OCs to be featured in this scrolling shot. I thought it would be a cool collaboration, and also this takes a lot of work off my shoulders. I will be randomly choosing 20 entries with my beloved method of spinning a wheel. This submission form will require you to share your username so I can credit you in the description of the PMV. This submission form closes on April 12th, so you have about a month's time to submit your drawing while I finish this PMV. Since your submission does kinda have to match the style of the Turtle PMV, the rest of this video will be a style guide and tutorial for how I made Turtle's design in this project. I wanted to have a papercraft feel and move like this animation from the Linda's album Growing Up. So everything looks like a craft paper cutouts with details drawn on. Let's start with the most important part, the head and the face. I used a textured brush to make some edges rough for a more papery look, but this is optional. The main head, snout, ears, horns, and top fin are all separate parts that I can move around, but you can draw most of them all in one layer if that's easier. The snout is the part that I suggest drawing on another layer. It's got both shadow and highlight to make it look like a paper cutout placed on top of another. The highlight is easy. Just choose a color slightly lighter than your main body color and draw along the edge of the left side of the snout. The shadow is achieved by duplicating the layer of the snout, setting it to multiply at 50%, and then moving it under the snout's right side. The darker green on top of Turtle's head and his bioluminescent scales are drawn on with a pencil or crayon-like brush. I think for his eyes, I just used a default brush for the sclera, the white part, and an ink-like brush for the pupil. You can use a default brush for both. The entire head casts its own shadow, so I duplicate the entire head, merge it all onto one layer, and follow the same shadow trick as the snout. For the neck and body, I've divided it into 3 parts for animation: the top neck, the lower neck, and the chest. You don't have to do this, you can draw the neck and body all in one piece. These 3 pieces use the same shadow trick as the snout and head. If you want to separate the arms from the chest, just follow the same method. The dragons in this lineup will have their wings folded, so a simple upside down U shape for the wings will be fine. There is a texture overlay to really make this drawing look like paper, but it is an asset I got from the Clip Studio Paint Asset Marketplace. Here's the texture if you want to download it for yourself. For your submitted drawing, you do not have to include a paper texture overlay. I was planning on doing that myself for all the chosen entries. If you want to include your own texture overlay, go for it. Overall, this is just a general style guide for how I made my mock paper craft drawing. You're free to have creative liberties. I think that will actually make the final product more interesting. Again, this submission form closes in a month on April 12th. Thank you all so much for watching, supporting my channel, and I'll see you again when the Turtle PMV is finished. This is literally just more editing work for me, but I realized at 3 AM last night, I cannot call this the Turtle PMV. It's gonna be an AMV. I'm going to animate it. I'm gonna take Turtle's puppet and I'm gonna make it move and groove across the screen. It's not gonna be a PNG that glides across, it's gonna be animated. Why do I do this to myself?